Good morning. It's Tuesday, September the 3rd, 2013. This is the AGORACOM News TV. This is a program where I go through a bunch of press releases every morning and try to find the best ones that stand out to me, and hopefully find some good companies for you to do your homework on, and find some investment winners in that group. On today's news, I got about 5 or 6 companies to talk about, and so I'm going to get right on it. I'm Alan Barry-Laboucan. I'm the Chief Market Commentator for AGORACOM. The first company that I wanted to talk about today, this news actually came out on Thursday. It was after we did our Thursday show, which is the final show of the week. So I wanted to get that one out of the way first. This was from a company called Banks Island Gold. And Banks Island Gold provided an update on their construction and project development activities at their Yellow Giant Gold property located in Banks Island, British Columbia. They had a dense media separation plant erected on site, electrical installation in progress, underground mining crews hired, and mining supplies have procured, purchase of underground jumbo drill, and acquisition of heavy equipment. They reported their dense media separation plant was transported and erected. The plant is being commissioned prepared for commissioning in September. Electrical cabling and the erection of 2 conveyors remain to be completed for the plant to be operational. The company has purchased and mobilized ancillary equipment and supplies, which include a 300 kilowatt generator for the plant. A photo of the plant on site is, you can find it attached to the news release. There's a quote from their president and CEO, Mr. Mossman, who stated, and I quote, "This is an exciting time at the site with a great deal of activity as we prepare to commence underground mining and commissioning of the DMS plant. We look forward to the first shipments of concentrate this fall, with the realization of a major milestone for Banks Island Gold," end quote. So recently I talked about this company on one of our past news shows, and I had seen some news that I wasn't sure what was going on there, because they had some really good results out from drilling, but then they were immediately talking about production, and I wasn't sure how that all played out. So obviously this is why they were talking about production. They're getting ready to start producing off of this property in September, and I'll be watching those production numbers quite closely. Their stock symbol is BOZ, and that trades on the Venture Exchange. Excuse me. The next company is Diamcor Mining. They tendered and sold 4,752 carats of rough diamonds for total proceeds of $856,119, or $180 per carat on average, from the company's Cronin Dora at Venetia project. That's in South Africa. The majority of the rough diamonds were recovered in conjunction with ongoing testing and commissioning exercises on material in the 1 to 12 meter size fractions, and the initial processing material in the 12 to 26 millimeter size fractions. There was no significant increase attributable to the higher average dollar per carat achieved due to the inclusion of larger rough diamonds in the tender. The company believes that this is the most representative sample recovered from the project to date, with recoveries from previous 2 tenders in November 2012 at $142 per carat and July 2013 at $133 per carat from only the processing material in the smaller size fractions. So what they're seeing is, as they process the material that's larger, they're getting better stones, and that's why their average grade per carat has gone up. They've also announced that they've installed a final crushing circuit at the main plant to further increase the effective processing of larger size material, Once complete in the coming weeks, the company will begin the initial testing and processing of all material up to 45 millimeters in size. So as they go bigger in the size of the material that they can process, they have a better chance of catching the larger stones. Larger stones command better prices, and that's why they are hoping to see their average cost go up, or average selling price go up in their future sampling. The stock symbol on that one is DMI, and that trades on the Venture Exchange. The next company today is Stornoway Diamond Corporation. Stornoway Diamond has opened the Reynard Mine Road to all-season vehicle traffic for the first time. All 4 construction segments, A to D, to the Reynard Mine and Route 167 extension that are currently under construction by Stornoway and Quebec Ministry des Transports have now been connected, allowing the full transit of construction vehicles from Temiskaming at the end of the existing public highway to the Reynard project site 250 kilometers to the north. Matt Manson, who's the president and CEO, commented, and I quote, "With today's news, it is now possible to drive directly to the Reynard project by permanent road. The connection of each construction segment has been achieved 2 months earlier than expected and well ahead of the fourth quarter 2013 schedule established when construction of Stornoway's portion of the road began in April. We're also forecasting final completion of the Reynard Mine Road within budget. These achievements have been made possible by the strong performance of our construction contractors, all of whom are Cree or locally operated businesses, and the professionalism of Stornoway's construction management team based in Longueuil, Quebec." Matt Masson continued, and I quote, "The Reynard project is now permitted, connected by road, and ready to build. The project's large mineral resource and its extensive exploration upside offers a project producing up to 2 million carats of diamond per year and projected annual revenues of up to Canadian 450 million per year within its initial 11-year mine life. Reynard is an outstanding and unique new diamond development project. Project financing discussions with lenders and project investors are ongoing and progressing well with the view to first construction mobilization prior to the end of 2013, end quote. So this company has been doing a lot of work. They are a banner sponsor on my website. I forgot to mention that earlier. They've been, as I mentioned, they've been doing a lot of work. The company has been aggressively moving forward with the development of the Reynard diamond project. It looks like it will. It's going to be Quebec's first diamond mine. Just on an aside, it goes to show how good of a place to be in the mining, exploration, and development business in Quebec. This company needed a road to get to their project, a 240-kilometer road, and the province participated in building that road, and now it opens up a whole new region of the province for mining and helps to bring down the cost of producing or building a mine here at the Reynard project. This project is quite a substantial. It will be what makes it significant. It will be the first diamond mine in Canada that has an all-road access. So that really will help them in their construction of this project. So the stock symbol on that one is SWY, and that trades on the Toronto Exchange. The next company is Pilot Gold. Pilot Gold received plan of operations permit for Kinsley Mountain in Nevada. They've been waiting for this key permit for Kinsley Mountain, allowing the company to ramp up drilling to test high-priority targets across the core group of claims. The U.S. Bureau of Land Management record of decision confirmed approval for a plan of operations Fort Kinsley Mountain on August the 30th, 2013. It allows the pilot plans of operation allows Pilot Gold up to 70 acres for exploration and development drilling on the core group of claims, including the western flank, Candland Canyon, and extensions trending north, northeast, and southwest of the historic pits. Pilot Gold completed 2,858 meters in 12 reverse circulation holes to date in 2013 at Kinsley using a single drill operate under an existing permit. Some of the highlights from past drilling include western flank 550 meters northwest of nearest historic pit, 9.5 grams of gold over 4.57 meters in one hole. Another hole had 6.03 grams per ton of gold over 13.7 meters. Their main pit extension they had holes out of there of 5.48 grams per ton gold over 20.4 meters, 6.23 grams per ton gold over 8.7 meters. Then highlights for them from their Candland Canyon, which is 250 meters northeast of its nearest historic pit, had 1.08 grams per ton gold over 10.7 meters. They have a table with the drilling results, a property map on their website, and they're planning on getting busy with doing more drilling on that property. The stock symbol is PLG on the Toronto Exchange. They've got a lot of very good people involved with that company. It was a spin out of a company that was taken over a few years ago. I can't remember the name right away. You'll find it on the company's website. But they had success in drilling down in Nevada before, and so this is an interesting project to keep an eye on. Again, the stock symbol on that one is PLG. The next company is Lucara Diamcor. They brought in $24.7 million from exceptional diamond sale. They released results from their second exceptional stone tender. The special tender of Caraway diamonds was completed on September the 2nd, 2013, and consisted of 16 single stone lots. All 16 stones, totaling 1,028 carats, were sold for gross proceeds of $24.7 million, an outstanding result. The highest value stone was 135.4 carat diamond, which sold for $6.37 million, with an additional 3 diamonds selling for more than $2.5 million each. The company will hold one regular tender during the third quarter, where 80,000 carats will be on sale, including more than 30,000 single stones larger than 10.08 carats. William Lamb, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer, commented, and I quote, "This sale demonstrates that the market remains very strong for large and exceptional diamonds, adding significantly to the value of the Caraway mine, which continues to outperform expectations. We could not be happier with the result." End quote. So that's another one in Africa that is getting some very good stones out of their production. Some big ones there, 135 carats sold for $6.37 million. Very interesting project. The stock symbol is LUC, and that trades on the Toronto Exchange. The next news release is from Kennady Diamonds. Kennady Diamonds' final step-out drilling intersects kimberlite at Kelvin. They intersected kimberlite in the final 2 step-out drill holes on strike to the northwest of the main Kelvin kimberlite. 14 out of the 15 Kelvin infill and step-out drill holes intersected kimberlite during the current summer drill program. They had 2 of their drill holes were drilled approximately 100 meters from Kelvin Lake and more than 300 meters from the main Kelvin kimberlite. Based on the lengths of the kimberlite intersects, it is believed that these holes define the northwest limit of the Kelvin kimberlite emplacement. There's a quote from Patrick Evans, who's Kennady Diamond's CEO. He commented, and I quote, "We're very pleased with the high success rate we've achieved during the current Kelvin drill program. 14 out of the 15 drill holes intersected kimberlite, enabling us to recover more than 3 tons of kimberlite from approximately 3,000 meters of drilling. We're particularly encouraged with that the step-out drilling continued to intersect kimberlite more than 300 meters to the northwest of the main Kelvin kimberlite." Then they go on, or end quote, then they go on that following the successful conclusion of the Kelvin drill program, drill testing of the 3 geophysical targets at the end of Faraday Lake has commenced. Drilling of these targets is expected to be completed within 10 days. At the conclusion of the drill program, the recovered kimberlite will be dispatched to the Geoanalytical Laboratories Diamond Services at the Saskatchewan Research Council for Recovery of Diamonds by Caustic Fusion. This is a very interesting project. Recently, they had some extremely high values of diamond grades from their kimberlite that they processed. Kimberlite is the host rock that hosts diamonds, and this is in close proximity to where there is a diamond, what looks like a future diamond mine that is owned by Mountain Province and De Beers. And Mountain Province spun off their exploration project into Kennady Diamonds, and now this company, Kennady Diamonds, is getting some very good results as far as diamond grades and extending their kimberlite, which has a good potential to add a lot of tonnage. So I'm eagerly awaiting those results from the lab work that will recover the diamonds from 3 tons. The stock symbol on that one is KDI, and that trades on the Venture Exchange. The final news today is from Fission Uranium and Alpha Minerals. These are 2 companies we talk about a lot on this show. They've been putting out a lot of news from their Patterson Lake South joint venture project. They own 50-50 between Fission Uranium and Alpha Minerals. Recently, there was an offer put out, and then now it looks like they've come to terms. Fission Uranium and Alpha Minerals have signed a non-binding letter of intent, pursuant to which Fission has proposed to acquire Alpha and its primary asset, its 50% interest in the Patterson Lake South joint venture, the other 50% of which is held by Fission. Under the terms of the LOI, Fission has agreed to offer shareholders of Alpha 5.725 shares of Fission for each Alpha share held by them. The offer represents a 14.5% premium to the unaffected share prices of Alpha and Fission on August the 23rd, 2013, the date prior to Fission's initial proposal. You can see that in their August 26, 2013 press release, and 11% premium to the closing price on August the 30th, 2013. Additionally, Alpha shareholders will receive all of the common shares of a new company called Alpha Spinco, which will be spun out from Alpha and hold all of, that's a tentative name, Alpha Spinco, which will be spun out from Alpha and hold all of Alpha's non-cash assets and obligations other than Alpha's interest in the PLS joint venture. Similarly, the current shareholders of Fission will receive all of the common shares of a new company, tentatively called Fission Spinco, which will be spun out from Fission and hold all of Fission's non-cash assets and obligations other than Fission's interest in the Patterson Lake South joint venture and certain related assets. Under the terms of the LOI, each of Alpha Spinco and Fission Spinco will receive $3 million in cash from Alpha and Fission respectively to fund future programs at their other assets. So basically what they're doing here is they're taking their respective interests in the Patterson Lake South project, their 50-50 interest, they're putting it into Fission. Then all the other projects that Fission and Alpha have will be spun out to their respective shareholders. those exploration projects and other assets will be spun out that Fission owns will be spun out to Fission shareholders. Those other than the Patterson Lake South project that are owned by Alpha will be spun out to Alpha shareholders. There's a couple of quotes I want to go into here. One is from Dev Randhawa, who is the chairman of Fission. He stated, and I quote, "This is an important milestone. Combining the incredible shallow and high-grade uranium asset under one roof will benefit the shareholders of both companies. On behalf of Fission, I particularly want to thank Ben Ainsworth, Mike Gunning, and the rest of the Alpha team for their efforts in reaching this point, and I look forward to working with them further as we continue to develop PLS," end quote. Then there's also a quote from Benjamin Ainsworth, who's the president and CEO of Alpha, who commented, and I quote, "Our board of directors is pleased by the unification of this exploration project. Alpha and Fission have advanced Patterson Lake South in less than 1 year from initial discovery on November 3rd, 2012 to the continuing indications that it is one of the most significant uranium discoveries in the Athabasca Basin. We believe that with the consolidation, the project will provide further benefits to our shareholders. Also, the creation of a new company will offer our shareholders upside potential from the technologies used at PLS in the exploration of other properties in Alpha's portfolio," end quote. Then they go into various different benefits of the transaction. You can find that on the both companies' websites where you'll find their news releases. I think that the proposed transaction is expected to be completed in November 2013 or such later date as the parties may agree. A special meeting of shareholders of Alpha and a special meeting of shareholders of Fission will be held at a time yet to be determined to approve the proposed transaction. So it looks like, well, they've been able to come to terms. There was a possibility that this was going to go into a hostile takeover situation, but they've been able to, both management groups have been able to come to terms and have found an agreement that works for both companies. As I mentioned earlier, now it will be the Patterson Lake South will be 100% owned by Fission Uranium. The shareholders of Alpha get shares in Fission Uranium, and now they can they'll spin out their respective interests. So this is a really interesting transaction. I think that Patterson Lake South is an extremely exciting project. It's high grade. It's close to surface. I'm quite confident that this will be a future takeover target by every major uranium mining company that is involved in Saskatchewan. This is an extremely exciting project, and now it will be, after they get shareholder and regulatory approval, will be a 100% owned asset by Fission. So the stock symbol on those two companies are FCU. That's Fission on the Venture Exchange. Alpha's stock symbol is AMW. That also trades on the Venture Exchange. So some very good news on several fronts there from a bunch of different companies. As always, as I mentioned earlier, this show was designed to, I go through all the various different news releases on a daily basis, try to find those that stand out the most to me, and help you, save you a bunch of time that you don't, so you can save time and find the best to do your homework on. And at the end of the week, we do our weekly wrap up where George Cholis and I do our best of the week's news. We had a scheduling problem on Friday of this past week, so we didn't do our best of the West. But I'm going to look at bringing some of those picks onto this end of this week's show. So on that note, I wanted to close the show. Before closing, I always want to stress that this show before making any investment decisions, it's important to do your own homework and speak with your financial advisors. On that note, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, and happy investing.